Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm 17 for episode 40 with me, MrSealyp. I've taken a wander down the road from fields 22, 23 and 24. The cedar is still up there, the Hatzenbichler, on the back of the Challenger. I've come down to old Tom. Remember old Tom from episodes way back? Old Tom said if we would do some work for him and help him out on his field, because he's getting on in years now. He lives here, and this is his field, 26. He would get us a water tower, which he did. We paid for it, but he got it, and we got it installed. Awesome. So now the snow's gone, we can do a job. This is a big field. I'm not going to spend the whole episode doing this. It's going to take me a while to do it, but what I'm going to do is try and find an option that's not going to take us forever. 95 minutes. Come on, there's got to be 63. That's not as bad, actually, is it? And we use a Challenger. We'll get 13,000 for doing it. I just thought it was time we helped out old Tom. So, old Tom's field. Yeah, let's go. I'll do the first bit and the last bit of this. Don't know what he wants seeding, actually. And we've got to get onto the road. I hope nothing comes, because it's where we get shoved and damaged and all sorts of stuff happens. So cut if we can. Come on. There we go. Let's get this open. Stay still for this. It's like the John Deere one that Millennial Farmer uses. His is very much like this. And he's got the wheels here, these big wheels have been replaced by tracks, which is just fantastic. So we are putting, whoa, sunflower, this is going to be a lot of sunflower. Let's get it on. But we do get to use a big old machine. Let's say 60 minutes, roughly get this done in half the time. That's normally how it works, so half an hour, I mean that would be the entire episode. I'm not going to do the entire episode just doing this. What I am going to do, when we get to the top of the hill, you'll see the Challenger that we own. It's got the Hatzenbichler on the back of it. I'm going to take that over to field 1 because we have. Oh, got it right there. We've got a contract for Big Papa C is back in the house. Big Papa C's hickory smoked hams and deli. I have received a letter, an email, to MrSealyp, manager farm Hoss. At Lone Oak. So it says, well, dear sir, well, it looks as if another growing season's upon us, and my company again is in need of your outstanding services. Of course, we are in need of 35,000 litres of grade A corn and 40,000 litres of barley. I missed the edge a little bit there. I'll just turn it on. Of barley. What does it say? It seems that we have fallen short in our stores, thus slowing down our latest venture. Harvest moonshine and crafty potable ales, CPA. I'm in dire circumstances. We need said crops to finish off our latest run. Our newest release, Black Cherry Moon, and our fuzzy peach and lemon pale ale. Wow, that sounds interesting. Now, it says we've got to get this run completed in order to ship to Mr. Seal, fine spirits and craft brew connoisseur of Man Cave Beer Reviews, that's my brother, for assessment and review before we go to market. We offer as payment a top-of-the-line manure muck spreader or slurry spreader, depends what we want. We've already got a slurry spreader, so I think actually that's worked out, and this is what I'm talking about. Subscribers reacting to what I'm saying, because I said about getting a muck spreader, haven't really done any muck spreading. So in part of the idea for the contract, they've obviously, Chris has thought, you know what, let's see if we can sort this out as part of the deal. So we get a muck spreader. That's fantastic. I think we might have to, it says and $25,000. I think we'll just go with the muck spreader. I think taking $25,000 as well is probably a tad excessive, but that's fantastic. Big Papa C, happy to help. Farmer Pierce of Millstone Farms, which is over in that direction, just over the ridge. On the comments on Facebook did say that he may be able to help out with this. Fantastic if he can. I'm more than happy to kind of allow for it. I was going to do a massive field of corn anyway for the hog feed, so if we can get 35,000 litres of that off for Big Papa C, then all well and good. But I am going to take that Hatzenbichler over to field 1. Where is it? Over there somewhere. Over to field 1 where I've got the poplars growing at the moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of that field barley. So we bought field 34 over there with barley in already, but I'm going to put barley in the rest of field 1 just to make sure we've got enough, because we need 45,000 litres already and we need another 40, so that's a fair bit of barley. We do have some in store, but I'd rather do sort of fresh grade A barley if we can. That's the plan. So we've almost done one round of the field, not even a quarter of the way according to our little green disc at the top. And I will see you when we're about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so before the end of this contract, I think. Might do a little bit of a time lapse in between, who knows. Maybe. Get a bit of music on, what do you reckon? Now, I don't normally do a lot of in-cab when I'm seeding, sowing, and I've put the ridge marker on. Again, it's the sort of thing that when you're doing it out of cab, you don't need to worry, because you can line up the seeder, planter, sower, whatever, just by the edge. But when you're doing it in cab, it's just a must, isn't it? I mean, I'm just trying to, because I don't do it very often, making sure that when I get to the end of the field, I lift the ridge marker. Actually, once you lift the seeder, the ridge marker comes off the ground anyway, but then you swap it over to the other side. But that is pretty much sticking to exactly where it needs to be, so it's working. We haven't got much of the field left. I'll say much of the field. The green circle is closing. I said we'd come back. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that ridge marker should be alright. Made a bit of a mistake the other end. I lifted the seeder rather than the ridge marker. which kind of caused me a bit of a problem, but not the end of the world. Let's make sure I get this right. Don't want to put the ridge marker on the next bit. And let's raise that up. Turn that round. I need to switch the ridge marker. Put that one out. Let's line up. Whoa, we're way off. And cedar back down again. Planter. No, cedar. And that should be, yeah. It's just too many buttons to remember. Lifting it, turning it, doing the ridge marker. But it does mean, of course, that we are now doing it properly. I just don't want to, because as soon as you drag the ridge marker out onto what you've seen already, it leaves a little trench like this, like the ploughing state, and I don't want to do that off the ends. So I suppose what I should do is lift the ridge marker first, get that off, then lift the cedar. That's probably the best way of doing it, isn't it? Always learning. Amazing, isn't it? In 2 years of playing this game, I have used the ridge markers a tiny bit, and I did that from outside, you know, out of cab, because I don't do much seeding, planting, this kind of thing in cab, because I like to see the scenery and I love to see what's going on. But for that kind of realism feel, people prefer it like this, which I totally understand. So what I might do is, once I get far enough forward that I can actually see it, let's raise the ridge marker now. Then raise that. Then turn. Hopefully line up on the last ridge marker, which is about there. Perfect. Then check the cedar. I've already done it. And then drop it down. I've missed a tiny bit. Ah, never mind. Cool, okay. But it is working, and we are so nearly there. We should be closing up that... Sorry for that squeak. My son chose this opportune moment to go out right through where I'm recording. Fantastic. So... So old Tom will be happy. We've finally done a job for old Tom. That's been on the job sheet for 3 in-game days, I think it is. Maybe 4, I don't know. Quite a while. So I'm glad we're finally doing a job for old Tom. It's a big old field he's got as well. But all good. Line that up. Get ready to lift that. Do that about now. And we'll get that up now. Thank you, farm dog. Thank you, farm dog. Don't know what he's got against that seeding, I don't know. It's very loud though. Drop that down. Then ridge marker. Cool. Well, I'm way off. Too busy watching the back. That's better. Right. Come on. Now I'm just panicking now it's going to blue screen. I've lost count of how many times that's happened in Upper Lusatia now. I mentioned it, I think, when I did the Let's Play yesterday in Upper Lusatia. On certain jobs and contracts, normally some of the longer ones that on bigger fields, I get to the end, and when it's supposed to do that lovely bling, when it tells you how much you've earned, it blue screens and it resets. Whew, okay, 13,000. Awesome. And that's that done. I said we'd get to it in the end, didn't I? A little bit more money in the bank. That's always good too. Right, I'm going to go and grab our Challenger, and then we're going to head over to field 1, and we're going to put some barley in the ground with Hatzenbichler. We are within the planting window, but the temperature's not quite there yet. As long as we're in the planting window, we're fine. And this is a big beast to move along the road. It only just about goes through this double gate, so let's start this up. Not designed for hemmed in areas, I would say. Got to get us all the way to field 1. That's going to be interesting. I think we're going to be using the verges quite a lot. Out on the county roads. Never a good idea. Side roads, fair enough. Farm tracks, fair enough. Out on the county roads, not so much. I realised my error. My confusion yesterday. No, in the last episode on here, with the fact the Great Plains didn't do grass, because I'd just completely forgotten the difference between seeders and planters. Obviously you've got row planters for things like corn and things like that, where the crop is going to grow in a row. Then you've got seeders, which are going to put stuff down more, not scattered, but you know what I mean. When you're doing grass, you want the grass seed everywhere, and obviously a planter would put the grass seed in rows, which is not what you want. So I totally get it. Well, it's another leased piece of equipment we're going to have to pay some insurance on. Anyway, yeah, so that was my error. Thank you for the people that commented to make me aware of that. No. Let's move over before that gets here. I must go to the full length of this and then come in, because I've got to go round the poplars to get to the far side of here to do the barley. Round that telegraph pole, back off the road. We managed to get off the road to the end. Right, let's get this going. So we want barley. Let's switch crop. Barley. Although this still looks like it's only a small part of this field, it's actually a fair sized field in its own right, really. Let's open it up. Now this should direct drill. It fertilises as well, so we should be able to put this straight in without worrying about the fact it's ploughed. Actually, I think it will do, any seeder will do it into ploughed, won't it? Ploughed or cultivated. But if you've got a crop in the ground, a direct drill in game will do it straight into that crop. If that's right, isn't it? Okay, right. Because I've got so used to, and this is it, I suppose that hence the comments recently, people calling me a noob. I've got so used to going through all the states myself, so I've ploughed and then cultivated, and then I bring out, you know, an old slurry spread, and I'll then bring out a seeder. I don't usually direct drill. I don't harvest a field and then just bring a seeder out and go straight over the top. I've got so used to the way I do it. And because I've done it for such a long time that way, going through all those different states. Obviously I don't plough every time. I go through 3 harvest cycles and then plough again. And then you forget and you think, hang on, how does it work again? It's terrible. Right, cruise control on. Like I said yesterday, turning with these, you would go up and down a field, of course you would. You would damage all sorts of stuff trying to drag this round, especially in heavy ground. You know, you catch anything, a rock or something in the ground while you're trying to turn. I mean, you can do it anyway, going in a straight line. You're going to really mess things up. So what I'm going to do is go to there, lift that up, keep the seeder running. Can I turn there or not? Can. What I am going to do is swing it round. I'm going to come in, I'm going to do the headlands at the end, which is a little bit more realistic. So let's whiz that forward, get that in line, drop it down, and there we go again. Cool. It's right at the other end because I can lift it and turn it if we've got the grass. Then all I'll do is, when I've finished, I'll come to this end and I'll just do one strip across the end, and we should be fine. So yeah, we're doing more field work. That's the point. I'm glad we got old Tom's job done. That's really nice as well. I'll be waiting for probably late spring, and then we'll be looking at the orchard situation for cadet mowing. And once we've got some more grass growth, we're going to be looking at doing some mowing contracts. That was for Randy at cadet mowing. So we'll see how we get on with that. That'll be coming up too. I'm trying to do a few different things. We haven't got greenhouses on this map, have we? We didn't. Jockey Inc. hasn't invested in that side of things yet. We were so focused on the hogs and then the sheep and getting the harvest done, and then going through winter and paying off the loan and all the other things we've done. We haven't really done anything like that. Got a couple, 2, 3 greenhouses on Upper Lusatia, but we haven't really gone into that on here. On Sussex I had the whole market garden, I had loads of them. So I don't know. I'll do the orchard, but I don't know if we're going to do the greenhouses, possibly. Let's raise that up. Going uphill is a little bit trickier, but we're all good. It's not sensational, but it is farming, and it needs to be done. I was wondering what I was going to do with this end. I thought because I've got so much soybean to get done, I thought, you know what, it'll just be one of those fields I'm just going to have to slap a load of soybean in. But now we've got a bit of barley required, a bit more than I thought we needed. We'll get another field of barley on the go. So I think what I will do, because we're not in the planting window for soybean yet, and I know the temperature's not there, but we're not in the planting window either, I don't want to take that chance. I'm going to leave off and I'm going to plant, seed, all of the soybean in late spring. We'll get all that in the ground, and that's going to be a mammoth task. We'll just get round and get as much in as we can, really. What I didn't know actually was, again watching Millennial Farmer, when they do their soybean, that when the guys do plant it, seed it, you can adjust the width of the rows. So when they put theirs in, they have quite big gaps between their soybeans, and they said that a lot of guys locally do their rows a lot narrower, a lot closer together. It's just what they've got used to doing, and it works really well for them. And it's interesting. I'd never really thought about it like that. I mean, I suppose it's obvious when you think about it. You can adjust the width of the rows and all that kind of stuff. But I just assumed it was a kind of like an industry standard, you know, everyone did the same thing, but apparently not. Like I say, always learning. Right, I'm going to carry on, get this one done, and I'll see you when I'm finished and I'm doing that last little headland, I think. I'm leaving a small gap between the barley and the poplars. Well, it's been about 3 or 4 furrows roughly, it depends. It gets a little bit jittery every now and again. This headland's going to be tricky because of you can't really back this seeder up. So I'm trying to work out, and I don't want to drive into the poplars, so what I'm going to do is lift that. Got to work out how I'm going to do this. Try and turn it tight. There. I wonder, can I manipulate this enough to get it to go back straight? To go, I think, that way and straighten up. Triple articulated, what fun! We're getting there. Oh, that's not bad. Hang on. Hang on, we're getting there. Well, that's certainly better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, you know what? I think I can straighten that up. And we'll actually be there. Check the back. You know what? That's good enough for me. Right, well, poplars in the way. Let's drop that down. Let's get this headland in. Might miss a little bit here and there. It's not too bad. I'm against my own rule. My own new rule anyway. Never used to be a rule. Okay, so let's lift that up. Let's fold that up. Let's see if we can back this up. I say it's all well and good when you've got this lovely high view. You know, like a drone view. Doing this in real life, you've got to be incredibly skilled, a really skilled operator to get to back all of that up. I suppose you get used to doing it. I mean, I found backing a normal trailer up okay. I can't imagine backing up a trailer with another trailer attached onto the back of that. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, right. That's it. I think we're pretty much done. And with the Hatzenbichler, we've got to be close on an hour, or we're going to be getting close on an hour of use for the lease. I don't want to get clobbered for leasing fees. So the Hatzenbichler, I made a mistake, didn't I, yesterday? This is the TH14, isn't it? The seed tender, and that's the Terminator TH18, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I made a mistake when I said that, didn't I? And it happens. You make the odd slip here and there, don't you? TH1400, not 14. TH1400, and that is the TH18. I said that was the TH14, so my mistake. But that will go back. We'll get this over to the farm, and I think, I'm trying to think now, we'll check on the animals, but until we get a bit better temperature, let's just check. Oh, that was the wrong button. That and that was what I wanted. Yeah, we're still not, we need 41 degrees for soybean, we need 50, and we're not in the planting window yet for that. Same with corn, can't do any of that. We could plant potatoes and sugar beet. We are going to need some more. Actually, yeah, I don't know. We could get some potatoes in the ground. Maybe. But we do need to do some planting, seeding on field 52 for Al, for his organic corn crop. We're going to need to, we've ploughed it, we need to plant oilseed radish, cultivate that in. It will need to be, he did say, actually we could muck spread it first, couldn't we? We do need to get a muck spreader, which Big Papa C has said we can have. So, oh man, what is, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to walk away for a moment, because that's driving me mad. Let's have a quick look on our tablet at muck spreaders. So, manure spreaders. I'm not going for the Brocard, that's massive. I've used that on Sussex. It's awesome, don't get me wrong, but it's huge. I think maybe I mean, that is 70,000 and that's 32,000. There's a big difference between the two. Although, that said, that one, I say 24,000 litres, the farm tech. I was saying we've got the new, we've got our hook lift truck that we haven't really used. Mind you, a truck over the rough ground might be a little bit iffy, mightn't it? So I think maybe the Stroutman. We might go with the Stroutman PS 3401. Yeah, get some muck spread. That's what we might do. So yeah, I'm going to sort out getting that Hatzenbichler recovered, and we'll pay for the damages and whatnot, I think. Right, Hatzenbichler's gone back. We are back up at the farm. The challenge is out the front, and I suddenly thought, I was racking my brains thinking, oh, what can I do now? I'm going to have loads more to do seeding wise. I've got tons of soy to put in the ground, got a load of corn to put in the ground. There's going to be an episode, at least one or two, where I'm going to be doing seeding. That's part and parcel of what I'm doing. But I am going to combine two fields, and I thought, you know what, let's just use the T9. I could use something smaller, but I don't want to. I'm going to use this. I'm going to go and grab the Eco Till. This is all field prep. And then what we'll do is we'll get out, if we need to put some fertiliser in the ground, maybe muck spread it, and then we'll cultivate the gap as well. Oh no, please tell me this is going to hook up. So I just not have it lined up properly. They're way off. Can't panic then. Oh, it's way off. Right, okay. It's going to be tight getting out of here, as I recall. If I go right in the middle, straighten up. Please don't hit anything. We're out. Cool. I didn't want to look behind, just in case. So, what we're going to do is this. We are going to take the Eco Till, and we are going to plough this gap. So we're going to combine fields 44 and 45. One big old field. If we're doing a load of soybean, so let's unfold it. Now I don't think it's going to be quite wide enough to do the whole thing. So if I do L1 triangle, that should enable create fields. Let's make sure I'm lined up right, because I'm going to come straight across from there in a minute. There we go, we are. And let's drive forward. So we're going to be, yeah, just out, I think. That's alright, not a problem. I'll just come down and do the other strip. Yeah, so we're going to run all the way up here and join these two together. I did consider, because we're going to do a massive soybean field, I did consider joining it up with 49 directly opposite us. But then I suppose we could have the lone oak right in the middle, couldn't we? And just have a huge, huge soybean field. You know what? I think I might. I'm not going to get all that done in this episode, but I think we might. I just thought we'd start this off. So, yeah, you know what? We'll do ourselves a nice little circle around the lone oak. And that'll still sit in the middle, but it'll be right in the middle of a huge field. And then we'll do this whole thing will be soybean. We'll probably do field 50 over there. Actually, hang on a minute. We could... Don't we own the field directly opposite this as well? Yeah, we own 53 as well. So we could technically, we could join up 44, 45, 49 and 53 as one massive field. Do field 50 as corn, because that's a bit bigger than 49 was, and we did that last time. So that would all be soybean. I can put soybean in 32, soybean in 27. Where else? I've got a tiny field 5 up the top. I need to work out where we're going to do the what do you call it? Oh, 35 as well. We've got field 35 too. Yeah, we're going to have plenty, aren't we? So what I will do, spin this round. Oh, actually, if I'm going to join these all up, might as well carry on forward, mightn't I? Close that map. Oh, didn't put it back on there. Let's go into there ever so slightly. Close that up. Yeah, when this T9 pulls this plough like it's not even on the back, I mean that's kind of a given, I suppose. And then we'll get back out here with the Bednar Swifter. We'll, like I say, I might muck spread the strips I'm ploughing. Then we'll get out with the Bednar Swifter. We'll run up each strip and cultivate them in, and then we've got a huge potential soybean field. But with that, we have come to the end of another episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.